Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our virtual open enrollment fair session. At this time, we will go over VSP, Vision Service Plan benefits for Plan Year 2024. Before we get started, I would like to brief everyone on a couple of housekeeping items. All attendees are muted and will remain muted throughout the presentation. And if you have a question, please type it in the chat box located on the right-hand side of the presentation screen. Be informed that if you type a question in that chat box, everyone attending the session will see your question and your name. If you have a question that is sensitive or confidential in nature, we recommend that you reach out to the County Benefits Division or your department's benefits ambassador. Lastly, today's webinar is being recorded. A copy will be posted on the Benefits Open Enrollment website. At this time, I will turn it over to our presenter, Carla Hanel.
Thank you so much, Nidra. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to learn about your vision benefits today. So I really appreciate you coming on. I put just a quick little agenda together. So I'm going to go over your plan review and then move into the provider network and then talk about all the value adds and discounts that you have on top of your great benefits, and then member services, and then we can open it up for questions. So you all have an amazing benefit vision plan. You get exam lenses and frames every calendar year, so it resets every January. You have that $15 copay for exam/materials, so just $15 total copayment. And then you have that $150 retail frame allowance, or $170 for featured frames, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in upcoming slides. And then if you go to Costco or Walmart, that you have an $80 frame allowance versus that $150. And the reason for that is because the average cost there is around $68. So that $80 is that equivalent of $150. Contact lenses are instead of glasses, and you have that $150 allowance. And then you have for that fitting and evaluation where they kind of measure your eyes and try and help with the fitting of it, you have not to exceed a $60 copay. So a little more information on that. So say a doctor, charges $100 for the fitting and evaluation, they would take 15% off, and the remaining would be out of pocket. So 100 minus 15 would be 85. You would pay no more than 60. But for example, if a doctor had a fitting and evaluation cost of $50 per se, they'd take 15% off the $50, and the remaining would be your out of pocket. So it could be less than $60. And then you have this great benefit, what we call easy options. And what that is, real quick though, your basic lenses are covered in full. And then you have standard progressive lenses that are covered in full. Polycarbonate lenses that are the shatterproof lenses are covered in full. And then scratch coating is covered in full. And then that easy options plan kicks in where you can choose one upgrade at VSP provider. So if you find that, really expensive pair of frames, you can choose an upgrade of a $250 frame allowance instead of that $150. Or maybe you're a contact lens wearer. You can choose that $200 elective contact lens allowance instead of that $150. Or if you want to try anti-reflective coatings, you can choose that. That would be covered in full. Or photochromic lenses where it goes dark outside for sunglasses and then lightens back up inside. You can choose that. Or you can even choose progressive lenses, custom and premium. So again, each member of the family can choose one of these upgrades. And I just want to mention that your VSP provider will be able to help you. So for instance, if you choose lenses and say you want to get anti-reflective, photochromic, and progressive lenses, they would help you choose what is going to have the lowest out-of-pocket cost for you. So great benefits. I do want to remind you that this plan is only available at VSP in-network providers, and it does not include Costco and Walmart. So just at your VSP private practice offices. And then additional features, you have laser surgery allowance of $500 per eye. So what the laser surgery centers will do is they'll take the discount off. So it's on average a 15% discount. And then they would apply that $500 per eye for you. 20% discount on any overages on frame allowance. I mentioned that you have that 15% savings on contact lens exam, fit, and evaluation. And all other lens enhancements, such as polarized, if you didn't choose that progressive custom and premium lens, or if you didn't choose a photochromic lens on the easy options, that is discounted, and that's on average a 45% discount. Digital retinal screening. So this is really great, often referred to OptiMap. So what this is that if your doctor, you go in for your exam and they'll ask you if you want to get a dilation or a picture of your eye, which is called OptiMap, also referred to digital retinal screening. You have no more than a $39 copay on that. Of course, your dilation is free of charge, but if you want to get that picture, you can certainly do that. And then one thing great about your benefit too is if you've had laser surgery and you no longer wear prescription glasses, you can use your frame allowance for non-prescription sunglasses. And then embedded into your plan, you have what we call essential medical eye care, and I'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide. So essential medical eye care is just additional services that you can utilize, such as if you have diabetes, that retinal screening would be covered in full under this plan. If maybe you have glaucoma, macular degeneration, and need additional services such as additional exams, that could be covered under this essential medical eye care plan. You can go to your VSP provider for a $20 copay and access this care. Treatment for pink eye, instead of going to urgent care, you could go to your VSP provider. I do want to mention, though, that if your VSP provider takes your medical plan, they're going to bill medical primary and then VSP secondary. And then, of course, if they don't, they'll bill VSP primary. So I mentioned that you get an extra $20 on featured frame brands. So we have over 30 different brands that qualify for that extra 20. So you can go to a VSP provider online and just check what kind of frame brands they have that would qualify for this. In addition, if you choose BB, Dragon, Longshot, and Nautica by the end of October 31st, then you get an additional $40. We pass on savings to our VSP members at no cost. So great way to save on that out of pocket. Once that extra 40 promotion is over, a new one will start back up. So I highly recommend going to vsp.com under offers to see all the new promotions going on. So switching gears a little bit about the network. So this is just a reminder that we have a large network that makes up independent practice, retail chains, and then an online in-network option. So under that independent umbrella, we have what we call VSP Premier Edge providers. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but when you go to vsp.com and find a VSP provider, you might see an orange banner. That's what we call a Premier Edge provider. And they just have a lot of additional discounts, exclusive member discounts. They have a lot of the frame brands that qualify for that additional 20, additional 40. And then VisionWorks is our national retail store. There's over 800 retail stores throughout the United States. We just opened up 8 different VisionWorks, but they're mainly in Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino area. So if you live outside of San Diego area and you want to have access to VisionWorks, it's a great place to, use your benefits. We will eventually at some point be moving down here to San Diego. And then Iconic is our online retail store that's really an extension of our in-network provider network. I'll talk a little bit more about that, how to use that. And then Costco and Walmart are also in your network, and we have so many more regional chains throughout the United States. So a little, again, why Premier? They do have a great choice in eyewear. So they have, again, those featured frame brands that qualify for the additional 20, additional 40. All of our doctors help do preventative eye care, meaning that if they find signs and symptoms of, maybe diabetes or glaucoma, they can, provide that information to you so that you can bring that to your primary care physician. They do have eyewear protection. So if you choose a featured frame brand, they have a year warranty on that. And then they have that latest technology. So they all have that OptiMap retinal screening in their offices. And then Iconic, our online in-network option, you simply would just take your prescription, upload that to the system. There's virtual try-on. So if you want to try different styles of glasses, it's so fun to do that virtual try-on. And then once you find your frames, you can click on the lens package you need. So if you need, the progressive lenses or anti-reflective, you just click on all that. It's transparent pricing. And then you just click use my benefits and you'll be responsible for anything over that you would normally be responsible for at any other in-network provider. So easy way to use your benefits without having to leave your house. I do want to just mention too, though, even if you use your benefits at a VSP provider, but maybe you also wear contact lenses, you can also go onto Iconic and get a discount on contact lenses. There's also discounts on sunglasses, discounts on blue light filtering glasses, and so much more. So in addition to your great benefits, in addition to that extra 20 for featured frame brands or extra 40 promotions, there's so many other value adds that you have access to help lower that out-of-pocket cost. If you go to VSP.com under offers, you will find all this information, but there's rebates on contact lenses. Bausch & Lomb has up to a $310 rebate at this time. There's laser surgery discounts, even higher discounts that you can, use, go to certain laser centers, then receive a bigger discount, and then your $500 per eye allowance will apply. There's, true hearing aid discounts. I'll talk a little bit about that. There's what we call VSP simple values. So if you need discounts on maybe diabetes supplies, or even discounts like on entertainment tickets, all that can be found under VSP simple values. And there's just so much more. 40% discount on Tech Shield, which is, blue light shield that blocks blue light that's being emitted off of all of our digital devices, and so much more. So I encourage you to go to VSP.com and click offers and see all the different value adds that you have access to. And then one thing I just do want to highlight is our hearing aid discount. We have a partnership with True Hearing, and that is up to a 60% discount for hearing aids. The great thing about this, though, is that even if you don't need a hearing aid, but maybe extended family members such as, parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, anyone that might need a hearing aid, they have access to that up to 60% discount as well. So True Hearing is very easy to use. You can go to VSP.com and click on True Hearing, and it'll give you the telephone number so you can call them directly or you can email them. But they have a nationwide network of more than 7,000 hearing aid professionals. There is nationally fixed pricing on a wide selection of hearing aids. So they're going to have the newest technology hearing aids that would be a little more expensive. They even have the older technology, and then they just added over-the-counter hearing aids as well. And then you get 1 year of free visits for fitting and adjustments and cleaning. And then a lot of people take advantage of this just to get the 80 free batteries per hearing aid. So great partner that we have. And again, you can sign up for guest members. So I want to move into our website and how to access your account. So if you go to VSP.com and create an account, you have so much information at your fingertips. One being that it would be able to pull up your plan design, and it'll tell you when you last used it, when you're next eligible. your calendar year. So, you can use your benefits anytime during that calendar year. You can also view, if you are a person that would really like to have that member card, you can print an ID card if you would like. You can find that on there as well. Again, you can find a VSP provider, but you can search in so many different ways. So you can search by, if they specialize in children, or, do they have this certain frame brand? So many different ways to search for a provider. And then you could even customize your email preferences. So there's a newsletter that you can sign up for, which is great. It talks about eye wellness and on top of all the new promotions that are going on. So it'll just keep you in the know to help save on that. But of course, if you don't want to go on VSP.com, you can certainly call our 800 number and talk to a live customer service rep as well. And then we do have, a VSP app. So you can certainly download the VSP app from the Apple Store, Android. But also you can just simply put VSP.com in your browser on your cell phone, and it'll show you the exact same view as the app. I like to do that so you don't have to keep on updating your app. The same views of our website. Find if it pulls up your benefits, you can, show your member ID card. You can see the eyewear gallery and all the new styles of the year, and so much more on this app. And then, of course, we're here to help. If you have any questions at all, we have an amazing customer service department that can pull up your benefits, help you find the right provider, can help you with that easy options and what's the best way for you to have the lowest out-of-pocket costs, and so much more. So I encourage you to call our 800 number if you have any questions at all. So at this time, I thought I would just open it up to questions, see if anyone has any questions.
Hi, Carla, Nidra here. There are no questions in the chat.
A couple of questions that I typically get that I'll just, mention here when I'm, doing in-person open enrollment meetings is, hey, my spouse has VSP as well. Can we coordinate benefits? And you can certainly do that. So you can either treat it as two separate benefits. So maybe you can use this, your plan for glasses and maybe your spouse's plan for contact lenses if you wear both glasses or contact lenses, or you can do maybe sunglasses on one plan and a pair of reading glasses on the other plan, however you want to do it. Or you can have one plan coordinate with the other plan, meaning that they'll coordinate benefits and you'll have less out of pocket for that one pair of glasses. And if you do it that way, you just want to make sure that you give your provider both last 4 digits of social and date of birth of your spouse as well. And if you want to know exactly what the savings would be by coordinating, you could call our 800 number and they would be able to help you. And again, you don't need an ID card. You just simply call a VSP provider, tell them you have VSP, and go in. They don't need to see a card. They're just going to ask you for your last 4 digits of your social and date of birth.
Great. Thank you, Carla, for the detailed, informative information. For those of you who joined late, we will do a repeat of the presentation within a couple of minutes here. But for those of you who do have questions, please do type them in the chat. We would definitely like to address any questions or concerns you have regarding the vision plan at this time. I would like to remind everyone that a copy of this recorded presentation will be placed on the benefits enrollment website.
Thank you.
All right, Carla, feel free to get started anytime at this moment.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, let me find my cursor here. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining and learning about your benefits. I am going to go ahead and just talk and give you a high-level plan review, and then move into a provider network and the options that you have. Also talk about our value adds and discounts that help save on the out-of-pocket that you have in addition to your benefits, and then move into member services, and then we can open it up for questions. So you all have an amazing benefit. You have exam lenses and frames every calendar year. So it resets in January, and then you can use it anytime during that year. You have a $15 copay for exam materials, and then you have that $150 retail frame allowance. Anything over that, they'll take 20% off, and the remaining will be your out-of-pocket. You will see that you have $170 for featured frames, and I'll talk a little bit more about what we considered as featured frames. But if you go to Costco, your frame allowance would be $80 instead of that $150, and that's just because the average cost there is $68. You do have contact lenses, and that's instead of glasses, and you have that $150 allowance. And then you have not to exceed a $60 copay on the fitting and evaluation. So a little bit about that is that if a doctor charges $100 for the fitting and evaluation, they'll take 15% off because you have a discount through the VSP plan. And then if it's higher than that, not to exceed $60, you would only pay $60. If it's lower than $60, you would pay the lesser amount. Your basic lenses are covered in full. And your standard progressive lenses are covered in full. Polycarbonate lenses are covered in full. Scratch coating is covered in full. And then you have an amazing benefit called Easy Options, where you can choose one upgrade. So if you go to a VSP provider and you see that frame allowance see a frame that's really expensive, you could upgrade to that $250 frame allowance. Or maybe you're a contact lens wearer and you want to upgrade to that $200 elective contact lens allowance. Or maybe you want to try anti-reflective coatings covered in full. You could upgrade to that. Or you can upgrade to the photochromic lenses where it goes dark outside, sunglasses outside, and then it lightens up inside. Or you can even choose progressive custom and premium progressive lenses covered in full. So each member can choose one of these upgrades at the time of service. And I do want to mention that this easy option upgrade is only at VSP independent providers and at VisionWorks. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. It does not, you can't go to Costco and Walmart to use these upgrades. And then also your provider will help you determine what is going to be the lowest out-of-pocket cost for you. So if you are someone that wants anti-reflective and progressive lenses, they're going to tell you which upgrade you should choose to give you the lowest out-of-pocket costs. So there's additional features for your plan. You have laser surgery 500 per eye. So there's many surgery centers that are considered in network. You will get on average a 15% discount applied, and then your $500 per eye allowance. So great benefit there. I mentioned you get 20% savings on the overage amount on frame allowance. I mentioned you get 15% savings on the contact lens exam, fit, and evaluation. And then all other lens enhancements. So say you don't choose that progressive custom premium and that upgrade, or if you want polarized lenses, that is on average a 45% savings if you stay in network. So great savings there. You have digital retinal screening, so you would pay no more than $39 on that. Digital retinal screening is where they take a picture of your eye. So you might recall when you go to a VSP provider, they might ask you if you want to take a picture or if you want a dilation. The picture is considered, they often call it Optimap as well. So you would pay no more than $39. And then you have this great benefit that's embedded into your plan that if you've had laser surgery and now you no longer need a prescription, you can use your frame allowance for non-prescription sunglasses. And then you have essential medical eye care that I will talk to you a little bit more in the next slide. So what essential medical eye care is it provides additional services if you go to your VSP provider for a $20 copay. So additional services can include treatment for pink eye. So instead of going to urgent care or emergency room, you could go to your VSP provider and get treatment for pink eye. If you need additional exams for maybe you're diabetic and you need to have your vision monitored on a more regular basis, you can get additional exams through this essential medical eye care. Even retinal screening would be covered in full under this essential medical eye care. If you've had like glaucoma or macular degeneration, any supplemental testing that you might need, you can get coverage under this essential medical eye care. I do want to mention, though, that if your VSP provider takes your medical plan, they're going to bill medical primary and then VSP secondary. If they don't take your medical plan, they'll bill VSP primary. And so all you would have is that $20 copay. So I mentioned that you get an extra $20 on featured frame brands. So we have over 30 different brands that qualify for that extra 20. So if you choose like Ferragamo's, Nike, Dragon, Longchamp, any of those, you would get, extra 20. So $170 allowance versus that $150. In addition, throughout the year, we have extra $40 promotions going on throughout the year. And right now we have one that's going on until the end of October. If you purchase BB, Dragon, Longchamp, and Nautica frames, you get an additional $40 on top of your frame allowance. And then once that promotion's over, a new one will start. So I highly recommend going to vsp.com and clicking under offers, and it'll show you all the different offers that are happening. So switching gears a little bit, and this is about the network that you have access to. So VSP has a lot of independent VSP providers. And when you go to vsp.com and you click on find a provider, you will see a orange banner that calls Premier Edge. These providers actually have a lot of our frame brands that qualify for the additional 20 or additional $40. They have a lot of, the latest equipment and so forth. And then you have VisionWorks, which is our national retail store. We have over 800 different stores throughout the United States. We just opened up 8 new ones, mainly in South Orange County and Riverside. Hopefully they'll be coming to San Diego soon. That is considered a premier provider as well, and it's more of a retail chain. And then you have an online in-network option called Iconic. And I'll talk a little bit more about Iconic. So a little bit more about Premier. Again, they have a great choice in eyewear. So they have a lot of those featured frame brands that I talked about. They do a lot of preventative eye care. And they have an eyewear protection. So if you choose one of those featured frame brands, they give you a year warranty. And they have the latest and greatest technology. And then they have a lot of Premier Edge offers that are exclusive to only Premier Edge locations to help save on that out of pocket. So this is our online retail store called Iconic. So if you're someone that loves to shop online and not have to leave your house, you can certainly use this as an in-network option. So it's very easy to use. You just simply upload your prescription. There's virtual try-on, a great way to check to see all the different styles and how they look on you. There's transparent pricing. So if you wanted your progressive lens or anti-reflective, you just click on it, and then you can just click on use my benefits. And then you just be responsible for anything over that you would normally be responsible for at any other in-network provider. Free shipping, free returns. So a great way to access the VSP network without having to leave your home. Even if you use your VSP benefits at a VSP provider in person, you can actually go on Iconic and save as well. So if you also wear contact lenses. You can, get a discount on contact lenses, discount on sunglasses, 20% discount, and then also discounts on blue light filtering glasses that are non-prescription. So in addition to that extra 20 and extra 40 for featured frame brands, there's so many other value adds that you have access to. There's rebates on contact lenses. Bausch & Lomb has a rebate. A couple of others do too. There's, discounts on certain type of lenses. Tech Shield, where it blocks the blue light from your digital devices. SunSync, where it goes dark outside. Those are on average a 40% discount if you stay in network. There's laser surgery additional discounts. So there's 4 different surgery centers that provide an even deeper discount. And again, your $500 per eye would apply after the discount. And then there's a lot of other, offers as well. So VSP Simple Values, you can go check that out. There's, discounts on diabetic supplies. There's, discounts on entertainment tickets and so much more. So I highly recommend going to vsp.com under offers and checking all the exclusive member extras. I'm going to talk about the hearing aid discount. We do have a partnership with True Hearing. This has been a great partnership with VSP. So this is up to a 60% discount on hearing aids. But I do want to mention that even if you don't need a hearing aid, but maybe like an extended family member needs a hearing aid, such as parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, anyone that might need a hearing aid, they have access to that up to 60% discount as well. There's a nationwide network of more than 7,000 licensed hearing aid professionals. There is nationally fixed pricing on a wide selection of hearing aids. So they have, the latest and newest technology hearing aids where it might be a little more costly. They also have the older technology hearing aids as well that's not so pricey. There is 1 year of free visits for fitting adjustments and cleaning, and then a lot of people take advantage of this program to get the 80 free batteries per hearing aid. Easy to access. You can call them directly, so you can find the information on vsp.com. You can just simply call them and tell them that you're looking for a hearing aid professional, and they will point you in the right direction. So moving into our website, very easy to navigate on our website. I highly recommend that you create an account, because once you create an account, you can pull up your benefits, your personalized benefits. You can see what you're eligible for and what you're not, and when you last used it. You could also print a member ID card if you're a person that would love to have it in your wallet. There also is a wealth savings statement. So it'll actually show you, what you spent with your VSP benefits versus what you would have spent if you didn't have VSPs, to give you the value of your benefits, which you have amazing benefits. You can also sign yourself up to receive a newsletter. This newsletter goes out monthly, and it will, give you some eye wellness information, and then also tell you about all the new promotions coming up. But then, of course, if you would rather not go on vsp.com, you can certainly call our 800 number, and you can talk to a person live. So this is, and just let you know that we do have a VSP app that you can download from the Apple Store. It's very easy to use. You can find all the same information as you can on vsp.com. You can even click on member ID card and show it to your VSP provider, but again, VSP doesn't need that. You can pull up your benefits. There's, an eyewear gallery. All that information is on our app too. But even if you don't want to download an app, like if you're a person that doesn't, like to have all those apps on your phone, you could just put vsp.com in your browser on your smartphone, and it'll pull up the exact same look. So very easy to utilize on that. And then, of course, we're here to help. So if you have any information or any questions that you might have, you can certainly call our 800 number. They'll be able to pull up your benefits and help you. If you have questions about your benefits, they will be able to answer those questions as well. And we have a great customer service department on that. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions.
All right, Carla, we did have a question come through. Do you have info for average progressive lenses cost and how much discount from VSP?
So the discount is on average a 45% discount. The highest price of custom progressive lens is $175. But that is something that you can choose on the easy options plan. So if you're interested in, getting progressive lenses, you can have that covered in full under that easy option plan.
Excellent. For now, no other questions have come through. We'll give it a couple of minutes. See if anything else comes through. I can share from personal experience that the discounts, especially with the Longchamp brand, which is what I'm wearing right now, when I got my glasses earlier this year, great discounts, great plan that we have. So please do take advantage of getting your eyes checked out and taking advantage of all the discounts that are provided through our great vision plan.
Yeah, you all have a very rich plan. Very lucky.
Saved a lot of money. Well, Carla, I definitely would like to thank you for making time and putting together this great presentation. It's very informative, very resourceful, useful information. I believe at this time we can conclude the webinar. And so I would also like to thank everyone who was able to join us this morning. And if you can have questions after this, please do reach out to the Benefits Division or your departmental benefits ambassador. Carla, any closing remarks from you?
Well, just thank you so much for attending. I really appreciate it. And hope you all have an amazing rest of your week.
Thank you. You as well. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.